Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing well. Let me introduce myself. I'm Umkar Shinde, your host for this particular interview. I want to welcome you all to the 14th episode of interview series brought to you by Industry Inspire Talk. Talking about interview series, it is a series where we invite people who have interned at companies and converted that internship opportunity into a pre-placement offer. Our guest for today's interview is Divyansh Srivastava. He interned with NCR Corporation for 4 months and also got a pre-placement offer from them. So the video consists of two parts. The first part covers Divyansh's educational journey, his in-college experiences, internships, and the part two will cover Divyansh's NCR story, the interview experience, internship experience, work culture, and stuff like that. So make sure you watch both the parts, and I hope that this video would help you in your specific career as well. So without wasting further time, let's proceed towards the interview. Hello, Divyansh, and welcome to the 14th episode of interview series brought to you by Industry Inspire Talk. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling really good and I'm glad that you invited me. So I really like the concept of Industry Inspire Talks since like in fourth year you can say most of the time company and organization visits to our campus. And the two things that I previously found or search on internet was like work culture or personal growth in that organization. And for that, I think the three websites that mostly I search on internet was Geeks for Geeks, Glassdoor, and LinkedIn. Out of these three, LinkedIn I find to be most suitable one for me, or you can say. So in that also there is some problem like connecting to the person on LinkedIn and then asking him a message like how is his experience. But most of the time I found like they are busy, kind of busy, so they won't answer that question. And even myself also right now I'm in organization. I also found like I'm really busy in my work, so I am not really able to answer the questions of the students and even not able to see the correction request also. So I think in this way we can actually contribute to the community.
Yes, definitely. And you are doing a great job, Divyansh. And we are going to have an amazing conversation about your experiences and about your NCR experience as well. Okay, which is coming in shortly. Okay. So yeah, so this is a platform where we invite people like you to share your experiences so that a lot of other students can be helped. So yeah, so without wasting further time, let's just kick off with the interview. Okay. So the first question I want to ask you is Divyansh, can you tell me something about yourself? What you do?
I completed my BTech in with JP Institute of Information Technology in CS branch. So in that four years, I was sports captain also. Like in volleyball, I was captain. So I was towards in sports most, but I also did some competitive coding there. So like in 4 year, I also did internship with Guavus as a software development engineering test, and in after fourth year, I did internship with NCR, and after 4 months, I got the PPU there also. So I think that's the more thing I've done.
Yeah,
Till
that's
now.
wonderful. Yeah. So I hope that the audience knows about what you do. So the next question I want to ask you is you described like you did your BTech in Computer Science from JP Institute of Information Technology. So I want to ask you like how was your college life according to you?
I think the college life was very relaxed, and as I already told, like I was in volleyball captain and these things, so I was more towards the sports activity. But in that also, I never left. Like I always do competitive programming. So like we have a good culture of competitive coding in JP Institute. So everyone is pumped up of doing competitive coding and going to some level in leaderboards. Like you know that there are leaderboards in every competitive coding sites. So
Yeah.
everybody tries to be at that coding. So everyone is pumped up there. So I think that's a very good culture there. And plus we have a good teachers also. We get many small projects till the third year, and in third year we get a minor project and then major project. So if you have done a good amount of work in these type of projects, I think you have gained a good practical knowledge there. Plus, if you have done a competitive coding, then I think you can easily crack any interview or you can perform well in that interview.
Yeah, that's wonderful, and thanks for sharing that, Divyansh. And we'll go on to the next question. So, you said you did your BTech in computer science. So, I want to ask you, describe your passion towards computer science. Why do you love it so much?
So, like since in the college only I have started the computer science. In 12th I don't have computer science. So for first year I was not very good at programming or these kind of things. So after the first year, when I got to understand some things about the programming, like how we will be able to solve a problem, and then after getting a result out of that problem, it's very happy or like motivational feeling kind of thing. So after that only I developed the interest in computer science, and I started doing competitive coding, solving more problems, getting my understanding how actually the things works, and then internship, practical knowledge. So in way I build a more motivation, or you can say like more towards the computer science.
The more the time you practice, you got a lot of more interest into computer science. You build projects. Okay. So the next question is about projects. So I want to ask you, did you build any technical projects in your engineering career? And if yes, then you have to describe them.
So I in third year and in fourth year I built up one minor project and one major project. So in minor project, its name is Syntax. So basically I described the name also. Like in Syntax, the sand is the name of our 4 people that were there in the group. So this is the first letter of each person. So we use as a name for our tool also Syntax. So it's a website. So basically you also build a report kind of thing in your final year or third year. Like we have to build a report for making a project or something. So in report we actually need to follow a particular pattern, and most of the time we are being told like use a latex programming language so that it directly compiles you as a PDF. So we try to build a website in which you directly write a latex code and you compile it, and you will get the result in a PDF format, and you can download it also. In this, we additionally add a feature of real-time collaboration also. So real-time collaboration is something like that more than one person can work in one doc. So if you are making some changes, I can see that, and even I can erase it, and you will be seeing that in real time. So this thing, so first of all, we use the language of Python and Django for building this whole website. So Django is not very good in real-time collaboration. So we really thought of this thing. We took like 1 or 2 months of thinking like how we will be using this real-time collaboration. So in that particular time, what we have done is we use Firebase. So Firebase provides you a real-time database. So what we are doing is we are sending that data to the Firebase storage, which is providing a real-time database, and that is broadcasting to everyone. So whatever changes you are making, that is being changed in the real-time document, and everyone is seeing that changes. This was my first project. Second project was deep learning. So it was like prediction of cardiac arrhythmia. So we have different type of cardiac arrhythmia, and some of them are very dangerous. So using deep learning, we are trying to predict which type of cardiac arrhythmia is there using a single beat image, and which is giving a result. And if that prediction is like towards the danger end, so it will tell you like it is in danger zone and you should go for testing.
Wow. So these were the 2 projects you built in college. So that's pretty much interesting. Okay. So like I got like to learn a lot of new things, and so do the students who are watching this video, and like they are listening to you, to your experience. So it's okay, like it's very good you did 2 projects, but you just focused on like you use deep learning, okay, which is one of the trending technologies used right now, machine learning, deep learning and stuff like that. So yeah, so it's very, very much inspiring that even being a college captain, you are also contributing in tech, you are also building products, for example, Syntax and this deep learning one. Okay, it's good, and like keep building such projects and help the society in future. Okay, so yeah, that's great. So the next question I want to ask you is, you told me that in your college you have a competitive coding culture. Okay, so I want to ask you, what is the importance of competitive coding in a coder's career?
I think competitive coding can be said the heart of any coder, like heart of whole BTech career. So like competitive coding tells you how to solve a problem. So in real life, we will be getting through the problems and many scenarios. So using the competitive coding, you will understand which data structure can do it more efficiently and more nicely, that thing, and what type of algo can be used to make the execution time of this data structure very less. So using these particular things, you will only learn using competitive coding, and later you will be applying it in the practical knowledge in the industry or organization that you will be working. So I think competitive coding can be said the heart of the
Yeah.
like any computer science student.
Yeah,
Like,
yes, I got your point. Okay, great, and thanks for sharing that. Okay, so the next question I want to ask you is, how did you stand out from the rest in your class? And like, describe your thoughts.
so I think I am not that good in the studies. I was an average kind of person. So, but in the third year, there was a situation when we have to do a practical kind of thing. So in that time, what I it's my perspective that I started looking for the internship. So many of our college students decided to go for like training purposes. So in training, they were like practicing for data structure and increasing their knowledge for like in fourth year we will be getting companies and we will be doing interviews and sitting in the competitive coding practices. So in that particular time, so they decided training, but I decided for internship. So I think that was the biggest standout time because standout from my perspective, because using that internship I was really able to gain a practical knowledge and put something on my resume so that I can explain something about like these things are done in the industry. I worked in this type of industry. This was the work culture and what experiences I gained there.
Yeah. So I agree with you, Divyansh, on this point. Okay. So like apart from training and doing a lot of courses, internships and competitive coding is like really helpful to students. It's what I feel, because in training and in courses you just listen to it and you learn. Okay. But in internships and in competitive coding, you actually code, you actually implement things out, and there's where you learn a lot of new things, learn a lot of new technologies, and you can experiment with things in your 4 years. And that's the correct decision what you took in your engineering career. And I recommend everyone who is watching this video right now who do such kind of internships and competitive coding competitions, like participate in competitive coding if you are a college student. Okay, and thanks for sharing that, Divyansh.
I don't like more of a practical knowledge, because everything you are learning is theory, but until you apply it, you will don't get to like what problems that particular thing will be having in the real life. Because learning it and without applying, there are many problems that you will be facing when you practically does it.
Yeah.
So these problems are very important that a interviewer or any person will be looking. Like you have done something, then there will be some problem that you will be facing, and then how you solve that particular problem. I think that are more.
Yes. Thanks for sharing that, Divyansh. Great. So the next question I want to ask you is, like, how do you handle failure in life? And if you have such an experience to share with us, you can definitely share it.
So, my journey of failure starts from first year only. I already told you. In first year, I went for SSC and I was rejected at the final day, like on 5th day of SSC. And then second year again, I cracked the written exam of NDA and then again gone for SSC and I was rejected on first day only. And after third year also, I already told you internship. So I think I was rejected more than 10 times for finding an internship. And in fourth year, I became very confident in that particular field. So the rejection ratio becomes to very less at that time. And even I was able to say no to one organization after fourth year, after getting these many rejections.
Great.
So one rejection that I think I was very much get something out of it. Like it was second rejection when I cracked the written exam of NDA, and after I got the rejected on first day only, so I was coming back to my home. So on the same day I have to come back. So I took a bus from Varanasi and went to my hometown. So in that journey only, what I thought why I was sad at that time was I over expected from me. Like in first year only I have cracked it for 5. I have done SSP for 5 days. Like I was rejected on the final day. So because of that, I became little overconfident. Plus, I gained some over expectations from me. So I think expectations is good, but if you are getting to over expectation, then you will become sad and like you can go in the depression kind of situation.
Yeah.
So over expectation is not good. So from that failure, I understand this thing. And after third year, that 10 failure was nothing for me, but just a learning curve for me, so that I can be prepared for fourth year interview.
Absolutely. Yes. I agree with you. Okay. Even if you get rejected 10 times, 15 times, There are a lot of other people who have been rejected more than you. Okay, Divyansh. Okay, so it's better to take that rejection as a learning and just keep moving on in life. Things will fall in place. Opportunities will come up to you if you are dedicated and if you are willing to work hard. And that's what you did. Even if there were 10 rejections, you didn't focus on those 10 rejections. You focused on improving yourself from those 10 rejections and coming up and cracking that internship and scoring that internship opportunity at such a big organization, NCR kind of. So it's kind of very inspiring. See, so you that gave you a lesson. Okay, if you are rejected 10 times, you got that one opportunity which is bigger than those 10 opportunities. Okay, and that is working with NCR, and that's great. And thanks for sharing and thanks for your perspective. Okay, it would help out a lot of students, our audience as well. Okay, Divyansh. So the next question I want to ask you is, which programming language would you recommend for the students to learn in the year 2021?
So right now, from my languages that I've learned till now, so I have knowledge about C, C++, a little bit of Java also, and then Python. But right now I can say like I have done many projects in Python because it has a framework like Django. Like all other languages also have framework, but I think there's very flexibility in Python. Like you have the open source libraries available there, you can directly import it and you can do anything you want. And plus it has a more flexibility in deep learning. There are many AI processes also that are going in Python. So I think Python is a very good language to move forward in 2021. Like you will be exploring every field using Python.
Yeah, great. And thanks for sharing that. It would help out the audience. So the next question I want to ask you is, when did you decide to become a software engineer in your career and why?
So like after I told my first internship. So after third year, when I get into internship as a software development engineer in test, so in that also I was working with Python language only. So my work was more debugging kind of thing, and I was doing sanity testing work. So at that time, my senior only told me like, you have a good understanding of how actually a project works and how actually application is working. So we think you will be more fitted towards software development side. So after that only I decided that I will be joining as a software development engineer only. So that's why I told you, like I have rejected, like I have said no to one organization. So they were offering a QA developer kind of thing. So it was a testing kind of thing. So that's why I said no to that, because of that thing only. Like seniors told me like you can be a better or good, you can explore more things in software development than a testing.
Great. And to let you know, Divyansh, the path which you have taken now, it's kind of very much like you have to do it because a lot of competitive programmers want to become software engineers. Okay, they aim to become software engineer, and you are already on that path. You are already like one stage clear. You cleared your college, and right now you're working with your organization. You just have to continue helping the organization and improvising yourself as well in terms of the knowledge you gain and like how you help the organization on a bigger role. Okay, so it would happen in future definitely. Right now you are just starting with NCR, but there are a lot of things you will experience in future as well, and you will get it like in your journey ahead. Okay, so that's great. So with this, the introductory part is over, and now I want to hop on to the internship experiences which you have done, which you have shared in the previous, but I will dig in more detail. So like the next question is, describe your experience working as a software development engineer test intern for Guavus.
I was working as in a sanity testing too. So like it's sanity testing is more like it's a connection between a master and a slave node. So we just try to put some test cases there and observe whether that particular slave, or you can say node, is working fine or not. So mostly my work there was like migration. So they were using Python 2. So in January 2020, Python 2 was getting depreciated and Python 3 will be on the work. So my whole work was there, like I have to make that whole Python 2 code to a Python 3. So more work was on debug side, but I get to explore like how to use PyCharm editor there. I was working on iOS system there. So that was also new thing that I learned. And I think plus I also gained knowledge about the LinkedIn there. So before that, I don't have that much knowledge about LinkedIn and what things we can do there. So in that particular organization, I gained that particular thing also.
Great. So that was all about your Guavus experience. So the next experience I want to talk to you about is describe your experience as a mentor for Expertrons.
So, like, most of the time what happens there is, like, in Expertrons, most of the people sees your profile and they approaches on LinkedIn, because for coaching there, so they have some fees, so they try to connect with me on LinkedIn. So most of the time what happens, they generally ask the normal question only, like, how you gone through in the NCR and what was your experience in NCR. So these particular things, so I try to guide them. I try to tell them what particular opportunities right now available in NCR. I share with them, and I also share, like, right now in 2021, like, there was a hackathon with NCR, so I try to share with everyone also. So in this way, I try to contribute to the community also, and being a mentor there, so people can know about that he's working in that organization. They can reach to me.
Great. So that was an amazing experience for you, isn't it? Like I was also approached by Expertrons, to be honest, but I didn't like reply out to them because that time I wasn't interested. I was doing a lot of other things as well. Okay, so I didn't have much time to contribute, and I don't like to make fake commitments and tell people, yeah, I'll do this, I'll do that, and at the same time I don't like it. Due to some situations I couldn't able to do it, then the blame is on me. Okay, so I don't like to do kind of that fake commitments. Okay, I like to do what I do. Okay, and if any opportunity comes up to me, if it is matching up with what I do, I take it. Okay, so that's great. So the next question, so the next question is, this is kind of an interesting question as well, and I can also relate to it. So the question is about Microsoft Student Learn Ambassador. So I want to ask you, how was your experience?
So, like, first thing I want to say is that please don't do Microsoft Student Partner in the 4th year, because you have very less time to contribute to the community in the 4th year, because you are already focusing on getting the jobs or doing interviews. So at that time it becomes very difficult. So that was my experience, because I was gone through in a 4th year, so I was not able to contribute that much to the community there. But at that time I was able to write some blogs on cybersecurity. I was sharing that, and then we also get the Microsoft Azure and these services, so we can also do something. Yeah. So we use these type of things, and I also right now also I'm using the organization, because we don't have Azure license to me in the organization, so I'm using that only, Microsoft Student Partner account. So in that I use the Q&A maker services, cognitive services. So in this way it's still helping me, but at that time I was not able to contribute that time. So my experience is, like, don't apply for this thing in 4th year. Go for it in 3rd year or 2nd year. That will be a best time for you to.
Even I applied in 2nd year, and I got selected in 2nd year, and it's been kind of 1 year and 6-7 months and still clocking out. So it's been an amazing experience, and as you said, thanks for giving this advice that don't join in 4th year. It's great because the program expires as you graduate. Okay, so it's always good to apply early so that you get a lot of time, so that you can upgrade yourself with the milestones and also help the community, and so work with Microsoft indirectly. Okay, so it is kind of an opportunity which I also grabbed on, and also have the experience of the new technology that are working Microsoft. Because right now I can see, like, new services are coming in Microsoft also, like Q&A maker is also the recent one. Many people don't know about it. Like, Q&A maker is really good. It's a chatbot kind of thing. So I think if you have the license of this thing, you can also explore the Q&A maker. So it's a really good chatbot, and plus you also provide a Microsoft bot there. So many people don't know about it, but these are very good of Microsoft, and they are keep improving it and like optimizing these things. So if there are a lot of perks. I get you, bro. There are a lot of things which you get in hand after you become a student ambassador. So there are a lot of benefits, there are a lot of perks, Azure credits with which you can experiment and you can learn. Also, you have Microsoft Learn Access, so you can learn a lot of Microsoft technologies out of there. So it's kind of an amazing experience, and you still are enjoying it, and I'm also enjoying it. So I urge, like, I request everyone who is watching this video, if you want to explore tech, if you want to work with Microsoft indirectly, then please do apply for the Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador program, because me and Divyansh are really enjoying the program, and you will also enjoy it. So please do apply. Yeah, great. So the next question I want to ask you is, describe your experience as a virtual software engineering intern for JP Morgan.
So I think that particular internship can be done by everyone. So it's a normal internship. So I did this to gain a practical knowledge about like how to work in GitHub and these kind of things. So in GitHub, they were giving like they have project open source in GitHub, and you can easily pull, commit, or request. Means these are basic things that are used in GitHub. So for gaining that particular knowledge, and plus they were using also tech like React and Node.js. So I have zero knowledge in that thing. So for gaining that knowledge also, so I joined the JP Morgan internship, virtual internship. So in that there is a simple process that you have to do some tasks and you will get a certificate. So these tasks involves the open source, GitHub, and these kind of things. So you will gain some practical knowledge, and even I recommended to some of my friends also, and they found really helpful that kind of thing. So I think you should do these kind of things so that you gain some practical knowledge. Like because GitHub is very open source and it's like latest tech in the industry, and you should have a good knowledge of that particular thing. But it will increase your chance of getting in any organization.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I agree with you, Divyansh, on that point. And thanks for sharing that experience. So the next question I want to ask you is, how did LinkedIn help you in your engineering career?
Before this industry inspired talks that you are doing, that it is making a centralized system for you can get everything from one organization or previous employee of that organization. But before that I was always going to the LinkedIn and making a connection to someone and then asking his or her experience. Most of the time they were very interactive and they were very helpful, because some of them were past alumni only of my colleges. So they were really helpful in that particular thing. And this thing I get to know after I did the internship after third year. So in that organization only I started making connection of that particular organization, and then making connection of different people in the different organization. Even some were really helpful, like they also recommend you for any organization. Like they give some preference and they also share your resume to the HR also. So these kind of things are very good on LinkedIn. So if you are good in that particular thing, I think that will be really helpful for you.
Yeah, great. Then thanks for sharing your experiences, Divyansh. So LinkedIn has helped a lot of other job seekers. Okay, so we are just kind of late on this platform. There are a lot of other people as well who have been using this platform. So yeah, it's an amazing platform for someone who wants to seek job, who wants to run a business, successful business, build a community. And if you're watching this video right now and you don't have a LinkedIn account, make sure to have a LinkedIn account, because it would help you a lot in your career. Not in just terms of getting a job, it would help you get internships and a lot of other things which you can do, like extracurriculars in college. There are a lot of communities which are there, so you can be a part of such communities, contribute to open source. So just make sure you have a LinkedIn account, so it would come in handy and you would get help in your career. That's great. So with this, we conclude the internships part, and we are coming into the main part of the interview, and that is the NCR experience. Okay, so that is the end of part 1. If you enjoyed watching part 1, felt inspired, learned new things, make sure to hit the like button. Also subscribe to our channel for more such episodes with people from the industry who are there to inspire you. Giving you an update about part 2, it will be available on our channel by Thursday. So make sure to check that out and keep supporting us like this. And thank you for watching, everyone. Until then, keep learning, keep inspiring, keep growing, and all the very best for your industry career ahead.